Imagine a man in your neighborhood driving a 10-year-old Ford truck. He wears plain jeans and a simple polo shirt he bought from Costco years ago. He lives in a modest 3-bedroom house with a well-kept garden and a clean porch. To most people, he looks like an average retiree living on a very limited fixed income. But if you could look at his bank balance, you would see a number with 7 figures. This man is what we call a quiet millionaire. He did not win a massive lottery, and he did not inherit a family fortune. Instead, he built his wealth through small and disciplined choices made over several decades. He understands a truth that many people spend their entire lives trying to ignore. That truth is that wealth is not what you spend, but what you keep. Today, we are going to look deeply at the 7 frugal habits that these undercover millionaires follow every single day. These habits are not about being cheap or depriving yourself of a good life. They are about spending with a clear purpose and choosing long-term freedom over temporary status. If you want to ensure that your retirement funds last as long as you do, these lessons are vital. Let us begin with the first habit that sets these individuals apart from the rest of the world. Habit number 1 is the 15-year car rule. Most people in our society view a car as a powerful status symbol or a reflection of their personal success. They feel pressured to lease a new luxury vehicle every 3 years just to keep up with their friends. But a quiet millionaire views a car as a simple tool that loses value every single day. They know that a brand new car loses 20% of its value the moment you drive it off the lot. Instead of throwing their hard-earned money away on a lease, they buy high-quality used cars. They look for specific brands known for legendary reliability, like Toyota or Honda. Then they maintain that vehicle meticulously and drive it for 15 years or even longer. They take pride in a car that is paid off and serves them well without a monthly bill. By avoiding a $500 monthly car payment, they save a massive fortune over time. Over 30 years, that single habit can result in hundreds of thousands of dollars in an investment account. While others are paying for the temporary image of wealth, the quiet millionaire is owning his time. Habit number 2 is the strategy of bulk buying and choosing generic brands over fancy labels. You will often find some of the wealthiest people in America shopping at places like Costco or Sam's Club. They are not there for the prestige of the store. They are there because they understand the math of wealth. They pay close attention to the unit price of every single item they put in their cart. If they can buy a year's worth of laundry detergent or paper towels at a discount, they will do it. They also have no problem buying store brands like Kirkland Signature for their daily needs. They are aware that many generic products are made in the same high-quality factories as the expensive brands. They ask themselves why they should pay 30% more for a colorful label and a television commercial. A quiet millionaire is never too rich to save 50 cents on a gallon of milk or a loaf of bread. They know that small leaks can sink a big ship, so they plug those leaks early. To them, every dollar saved is a tiny soldier that can go back into an investment to fight for their future. It is a game of efficiency and logic that they play every single day of their lives. Habit number 3 is the 24-hour waiting rule for all non-essential purchases. In a world of one-click ordering and instant gratification, this habit is a true financial superpower. Whenever a quiet millionaire feels a sudden urge to buy something they did not plan for, they wait. They give themselves at least 24 hours to think about the purchase and its long-term value. Usually, the emotional impulse fades away and they realize they do not actually need the item. This prevents their home from becoming cluttered with expensive things that add no real value to their lives. They ask themselves a very simple question before they reach for their wallet. Is this item a true need for my survival, or is it just a temporary want? If it is a want, they consider how many hours of hard work it took to earn that specific amount of money. Most of the time, the item stays on the shelf and the money stays safely in their bank account. They find more satisfaction in watching their savings grow than in owning a new gadget. This leads us to habit number 4, which is the most important foundation for building a lasting legacy. They pay themselves first through the power of automatic transfers. Long before they pay the electric bill or the mortgage, they pay their future selves. They set up an automatic system that moves a portion of every check into a dedicated investment account. They do not wait until the end of the month to see what little bit of money is left over. By making saving completely automatic, They remove the human temptation to spend what they see. They learn to live comfortably on whatever remains after their future is already funded. This creates a psychological barrier that prevents the dangerous trap of lifestyle creep. Even as their income grew over the years, their basic spending stayed remarkably the same. They kept their standard of living modest, while their net worth exploded behind the scenes. They chose to be rich in private rather than looking rich in public. Habit number 5 is the philosophy of buying once and crying once. Being frugal does not mean buying the cheapest or lowest quality item available on the market. In fact, quiet millionaires often avoid the cheapest products because they know those items break quickly. They prefer to buy high-quality items that are engineered to last a lifetime. Whether it is a pair of solid leather boots, a kitchen appliance, or a set of heavy-duty tools, they would rather spend $300 one time than $50 every year for a decade. They value durability and practical utility over fast fashion and passing trends. They do not care if their winter coat is from 5 years ago as long as it still keeps them warm and dry. This mindset reduces environmental waste and saves an incredible amount of money over the long term. They invest in things that serve them, rather than things that they have to spend time and money serving. They look for value that stands the test of time, rather than a bargain that fails next week. Habit number 6 is a habit that many people sadly overlook until it is far too late. They invest heavily in their physical health as a core financial strategy. A quiet millionaire knows that the biggest threat to their wealth in retirement is a mountain of medical bills. They view a healthy diet and regular physical exercise as a form of personal insurance. They spend money on fresh, whole foods today because it prevents expensive chronic diseases tomorrow. They take the time to walk, swim, or stay active because it keeps their mind and body sharp. By staying healthy, they reduce their dependence on expensive medications and frequent hospital visits. They want to be physically capable of enjoying the wealth they have worked so hard to build. To them, a simple gym membership or a good pair of walking shoes is a very high-return investment. They know that no amount of money can buy back your health once it is truly gone. Finally, habit number 7 is the quiet ability to say no to social pressure and comparison. The biggest enemy of long-term wealth is the desire to look rich to people you do not even like. Quiet millionaires have developed a deep and unshakable sense of internal security. They do not feel any need to prove their success or their worth to anyone else. When a neighbor gets a new luxury boat or a fancy kitchen remodel, they feel no envy at all. They are perfectly comfortable being the person with the smallest house in a very nice neighborhood. They prioritize their own financial peace over the need for social validation from strangers. They know that true wealth is the ability to wake up every morning and do whatever you want. It is not about having the flashiest life. It is about having the most freedom and the most options. This freedom allows them to sleep soundly at night, regardless of what the stock market is doing today. They have built a fortress of stability that no economic storm can easily knock down. They have replaced the stress of debt with the serenity of self-reliance. Now I want you to take a moment and think about your own daily routines and choices. Which of these frugal habits did you learn from your parents or your grandparents? And how has that specific habit saved you during today's difficult and unpredictable economy? Please share your personal stories in the comments below, because we all learn so much from each other. Building real wealth is not a hidden secret. It is a series of quiet and disciplined actions. If you can master your spending, you can eventually master your entire life. It takes courage to live differently than the crowd, but the rewards are worth every effort. Thank you for listening to these timeless and practical lessons today. If you found real value in this message, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. May your journey toward total financial peace be steady, intentional, and rewarding. Please remember that this content is for informational and educational purposes only. It does not constitute professional financial or medical advice for your specific situation. Always consult with a qualified expert before making significant changes to your finances or your health.